Hello everybody. I just wanted to do a little quick video on showing what I've colored in this book. I haven't marked out what I have, but I just want to go through on Johanna Basford's World of Wonder and show you this one and the Enchanted Forest today. We're going to go through and just show you what I've done so far. So I've started with the main page, and let's get it in frame. I did do a little at a time. I'm going to work on these. I used probably Prisma or Castle Art on the leaves. I used my markers on the purples and the greens. I did use some stickles and the white pasta pen on the little balloons. I put a little bit of gold glitter. I don't know if you can see it or not. I did use some of the, I think I used, it's really hard to tell between after you're done whether you used distressed ink or whether you use the soft pastel. So either one. I'm thinking I used the distressed ink because it kind of got heavy in spots and I couldn't move it around. So anyway, it is what it is, right? We do the best we can and we say, okay, learn from that one. But anyway, so I did color the welcome page. I thought that turned out pretty, and I did use, because I haven't sprayed it with hairspray, that's probably how I'm going to be able to tell, distressed ink on the background. And the same with this one. I love the little balloon colors. It gives me Native American colors, maybe. I think they're pretty. But I'm still learning. I'm still learning. So, like everybody else, I'm learning. I'm really excited. I really want to do this page. I have a color book with just elephants. This one I did do a tutorial on, but since I'm still new, my camera didn't turn, and I didn't know how to make sure it turned, so it was sideways, which I probably could have left it, but I thought this really turned out pretty. I used a lot of things besides making him in teals and greens. I used some stencils in here. With the stencils are with distressed ink, and I showed you my little pads. If you haven't watched that, you might want to watch that. This here, I couldn't get, even though I put the distressed ink in it, I couldn't get it bright enough, I thought, and so I went over it with the pastel chalks, and I don't remember why, but this was wet and I overdid it a little bit, and so I just kept putting more pastel because it peeled the paper a little bit. But aren't these stencils pretty? And if you got them in your stash, use them in your color books. They really, really, I think, turn out really pretty. They make a nice background without it being so heavy. I should have marked it, but I didn't. So I did these two. I like to do, when it's like this, use the same colors in both of the books, because then, I don't know, when you open it up, it just looks cohesive. Cohesive. I gotta quit saying things that I'm not sure how to pronounce. I do, but I don't. You know what I mean? Some people don't understand that, but it happens. So these are with Prismacolors. This one I didn't get as smooth because I used so many colors in it trying to make it brighter, but I think it turned out good. I'm learning, and I did mix over on this page a little bit of the my markers and a little bit of markers on their tails, but the most of it is just Prismacolors. Didn't do anything extra to them. This is going to be, in this book, my next project. I want to turn all of this into brick and come up with the colors that need to be to make the brick, because it really turned out pretty. I think Chris did one of the did this one. I'm not sure. I don't know why I like the hot air balloons, but I really like coloring them. They're fun. I've marked some of the pages that I want to do this one. Okay, and you saw the tutorial that I did on the moth. I love the colors. I think they really turned out pretty. I just loved the pastels. But I did watch a tutorial on the pastels. This is Castle Art. And I think that group of pencils are like $40. But I found one that if I have to replace these, the colors seem quite the same. And a lady was saying that she felt she did all kinds of different ones, but they're it's called BRUTFUMER pastels, and they're $19. And you can get a huge set for, I think it's $30. So I that will probably be something in the future. Always keep a notebook and write down things, because how easy is it to forget? Or I will go into Amazon, I'll find them, and then I'll put them in my cart, and then I'll move them to save for later. I also had done a tutorial on this one, but again, it was sideways. I thought for sure this one was okay. It wasn't. So in this book, if you don't have this book, or you haven't remember this book, it was just the cat and the flowers. So I added this yellow moon and the little flowers around the side. I did a mistake, which you learn by your mistakes. And the only way I could take this ink out is to go over it with white, and it wasn't worth it to me. But I should have used a size 5, and that's what most of these are on the waterproof pencils, ink pencils, the micro ones. And so that, to me, it kind of messed it up. But it's still pretty, and if you didn't know, you didn't say anything, it would be okay. And at first I wanted my little cat to be white. And then I thought, oh, I love little Siamese cats. Let me see if I can make it. I pulled up a picture and I tried to make it look more like a little Siamese cat with blue eyes. If you're doing the eyes like these, always leave a spot in the middle right here. You see from here to here, there's a white spot. If you leave that white spot on either one, whatever color you make these, just to do a generic eye, it makes your eye look more real. And I really like it. I always go back with a micro pen, and I darken the eyes, and then I put a little white dot. But I did put some the diamond. I don't know if you can see it, but a little diamond from Ranger, the little stickles. I couldn't think of it. Stickles. Anyway, it's the diamond one. That's the one that just it's clear, but then it dries with just the stickles, the glitter, and this glitter picks up every color that it's around, and it just makes it pretty. I don't remember if I did a tutorial on this one. I was doing a tutorial, and if I did, it didn't work out. But I think this one turned out really pretty. I love the borders. I did the same color that I did the underwater seaweed, and I did it in here. And then I took my tape. I didn't say this on my other one, but you can buy tape off of Amazon that is for paper, for artists, just artist tape. And I can't get these apart, so I'm leaving them together, because how many times in your drawer can't you find something and you know you had more rolls? So I just took it and I put it down on either side, and then I took my pastels and rubbed the gold into this, and I think it made a beautiful, beautiful border. I really, really like it. And if there's anything I ever mention and you can't find it on Amazon, leave me a note and I'll look it up for you. Right now, it won't let me drop it into my comments, but I'll figure that one out too, why. So that's what I did. And then I take a Kleenex and I'll go over, because there's a lot and you still get just a little bit, but not like you used to. I try to stay on the big items. See, on the item that you're painting, and on this chalk, I do the same thing. I go back and forth, and I try to get most of it off. You'll still get more. You don't dissolve the color. You don't really take away the color, but you're taking off that top layer. So that, and this book has been open and closed. There's just a tiny bit in here, but it's probably from these little guys here. Make sure I'm in. And if I rub around in a circle in here, because the blue is in the background, it does smear just a little bit, but you won't really see it much. So anyway, and that'll help keep it from smearing to the other page, coming off on your shirt. So that's what I do. And then, like my mushrooms, I think I told you, I sprayed them, and we'll get to them here in just a second. But isn't this pretty? I decided not to do the water. This is the sky. This is the ocean. These are water drops coming off. So to me, he's flying out of the ocean, and he's flying out across a wave, and he's going to go on back down with his little bottle, with his little mushroom houses that's following him. I probably could have done a little better job on the bottle, so I may at some point go back and make it look just a little more like a bottle. I'm just not sure what would be appropriate, whether to put just a little more blue in this little outline, because there's nothing you can do it's not really underwater in there, so it would just be the bottle, but it's fine for now, right? So that's one thing about it. You come back. If you're not sure, leave it alone. And even my little clouds, I started highlighting them with my pen, which is kind of hard because there's so much in there, and they're not real. I need to work on these clouds a little more. They're not real soft in some spots. You can still see where I need to work on it. So when you get tired, just leave it alone and then come back to it. This I love. I don't know why. When I show you my Asian book touring Asia, I've decided to make a vehicle on each page pink, something, whether it's a balloon, whether it's a little bus or boat, something. It's got to be pink, and add some pink to it. So that's kind of what I'm doing. This down here is pastel chalks, and around here I just love that little pink bus. It's just a little vendor. The person is probably the vendor next to it or the other side, shopping for something that the other vendors have, don't you think? And I'm doing a little bit at a time with these two. When I get back to this book, I will do a few more before I start something. They say when you're going to start a big project, which this wasn't that big, but still, to do a couple little things, and it just gets your creative juices kind of flowing, and makes it a whole lot easier to get going. So as you all see, I'm still working, and this one is heavily I had gone over it so much because you use so many colors and you're deepening it so much. And so I did spray this one with hairspray, and it's not smearing back and forth. It's not it just sets the colors. I don't know why there's so much stuff on here, but this one I'm working on, and I'm going to do the video not today, but probably the next day, because I'm doing these for my daughter. I'm going to do the sky on a recorded. I'm going to do the grass part. So I saved this because I already have a video out of this one that I did on this cardstock. And it's a vellum cardstock by Hills. Where did I hide that? Oh, I put it down here in my other drawer. Where do I put things? It's on Amazon. It's digital. Spring Hill digital cardstock. It's 80 pound, but it has to be the vellum one. Or you can use, I do watercolor, so I have lots of watercolors too. And I like to do the hot press where it's a very soft color or paper with the tooth. And I think that's all I've done in this one so far. So I'm going to show you this one next, Enchanted Forest. I have Enchanted Forest, The Magical Jungle, The World of Wonders, and I haven't done anything in this book yet, but I like doing the fish too. I like birds, I like fish, so I thought this one will be fun, but I haven't done anything in it. So I already showed you which one. Nope, I showed you Enchanted Forest. So, no, I know. I showed you the world of wonders. Okay, so I want to show you Enchanted Forest and the Magical Jungle. I love this book. I just fell so much in love with it, and I just enjoyed it so much. I thought this turned out so pretty. You can tell that I started getting better at blending and using soft colors and picking colors that blended well together. I did this one and used, again, the a little bit of stickles, and I used I keep thinking soft pastels, but that is not what I used. I used the distressed ink. So I didn't really want to do all this so much in detail. And so what I did, I don't know if you can see the glitter. I used my gold ink pen, and it's a Uniball gold. I bought it in a package, I think 6. And so I just did a few of them, and then I went around and found all the ones that were the same and did them, and then did them the same. The ones that I outlined, I went around and found those, and then I put some stickles on it and my little butterflies. And I think that just made a really nice opening when you open up the page, that you can look in it. It just looks soft, it looks pretty, and it looks like I thought about it. So let's see if I did any of these. Okay. So I did this little butterfly, and I did this one in, I'm sure I did it in Prisma. And then I took my little circles. You can either cut circles out, or you can buy this little contraption that has, well, let me show you. And I have different ones, but wouldn't you know, I didn't have a circle. I have oblong. Oh, there are circles on here, but these came in a set, and these came in a set. So these you have different ones, which would be fun to make different size. But I actually used this one here, and I just sat it down and moved it around, and just used my distressed ink and those little brushes that I love so much. These ones here, and I just made them all different sizes. And then I took some of the stickles in the colors, and I just kind of made it look like a party, which I think it kind of does. It just changes the background from what everybody's doing. I put some little green stickle dots, just the plain colors, not the glitter or anything. I don't know. Some of these, it was a party. What else can you say? Okay. I was really anxious to color this one. So I just got a picture off of Amazon, off of the computer, and I colored him in. I found a picture of the orchids, and I tried to make them as close to an orchid as I could, which I think they turned out really pretty. I have an orchid that's making a stem in real life. I'm so excited about that. I bought these, I think I bought 3 of them at like our grocery store, and they were marked down crazy, like $1 something at a couple different times. And because I'm not paying what they want for them. But anyway, I got them looking real healthy, and the leaves, some of the leaves are this big now. and that was just last year. But there's this little stem coming up, and I've been watching it, and it's going to come up, and it's going to make orchids. I'm so excited. Aren't these pretty? These are like those little cactus plants, the succulents. I thought they kind of looked really close. And I just loved him. I tried to do, because there's so many designs in here, you don't know which way to go or what to do. So that turned out pretty good. And since I've done the black on here, I found a video and watched it, trying to see how to paint, color a blackbird. I showed in one of my videos that I was trying to learn. I thought this it was just soft and pretty. And my little butterflies in here. Let's see if I'm in. I have to stand up in order to see if I'm in frame. And here's my little bird. He's standing in here. I thought he turned out pretty. It was just soft. And then I was practicing right here how to do a water drop. And so I didn't do them all over the place, but I just need to clean up around it just a little bit. I was stuck in this book for a while. Okay, on this page, I don't think this, maybe the branch, maybe he was on a branch because you can see the leaves here, but this one was just the gecko, nothing else. So I made, I drew the tree and made it match up with this tree. And then I wanted them, again, for it to be cohesive all the way across. And I really, really like this. I can tell by some of my coloring that I didn't take my time. And I probably will come back because I really love this. I'm just now looking at it again. But, and just soften that up and get it in to where I say it looks like butter, but if I can find the same, it's a lime. I bet it's my lime one. And I drew, tried to match the leaves. I should have taken more time. And then I just used this distress ink in the back. And I try to see, is it or isn't it? I mean, that's really hard to tell. And actually, it might be the chalk, because I don't see any place where I accidentally sat it down and then it didn't, it makes a darker spot. But then I just took my white pen all over and my gold pen, Uniball pen, and just gave it speckles. So I definitely need to come back and work on my two little guys. I can't remember what this guy is called, but always wanted to paint them, color them in, and I thought they were really, really pretty. I just enjoy this page. And this one, I love it. This was one of my first ones that I did, where I came in and I drew the mountains. I drew the little turtle, and I tried to draw some seashells and the little seaweed. I took some paint after I colored it. I took some paint and I fluffed up some acrylic paint, and I just dabbed it on with my brush. So it looks more like it's got a thicker, I don't know if you can see it or not, but it's got a thicker coat of, looks like the wave actually was coming in. And I worked and worked on my little mountains to get them in there. This was just a fun page to do. I love the ocean. I don't live near the ocean because I'm in Denver. But anyway, that's where I'm supposed to be, I guess. So I guess you can see it all. Make sure you can see my turtle down here. No, you can't. Okay. There you go. Now you can see my turtle. He was my first attempt. I have done better. But I just looked up a picture and tried to draw him. Kept working on him until I got him to where he looks kind of the same. And don't the waves just look like they're actually coming in? I just thought it turned out really, I don't know. I like it. Maybe I'm prejudiced, and I'm hard to please. I really am. So that's that one. Let's see if I did anything else. I think I did. Oh yeah. Oh, this one. Oh, and this one. So this is just, I think it was all in here. But look who's hiding in the tree. My little monkey, isn't he cute? I thought this turned out pretty. And I know it's the pastels for the sky. And there's some pastels down here in the greenery so that I didn't have to do it all. Here's my little snake. Oh, I forgot to give him an eye. But I really, really enjoyed this. And there's one more hiding. See if, oh, there he is. See him? A little frog. Isn't he cute? And then I've said, if you don't like something, erase it, and sometimes it looks better after you erase it. This guy was just way too heavy. I just got heavy-handed with my pressing down and putting the color in, and so I just took my little electric eraser and I erased it. And actually, he blends in with the whole picture so much better. I really, really like how this turned out. When this book gets done, it's going to be so much fun. This was the first page that I actually colored because I've seen so many people do this, and I just thought it just looks. I was buying books right and left because I want to color this. I really want to color this. So I know there's others that have done a much better job, but I think it turned out pretty. It just looks like the sky just kind of brought this together, and yeah, it had to be in the pastels on the bottom and the top, so it just kind of all came together. Used the little white dots. I thought my little hippo's so cute. I don't know why I always have to put a little pink on their face. It's just something I've done since I was a little girl, painting, coloring, or I think this was the last one that I did in here. And I really wanted to try this one too. This is all underwater. I didn't do a great job at bringing the light through, but I tried. I think I really did a good job painting the turtle. I looked him up on the internet, and then I just went for it. And I think these are all, let's get it in the, these are all little pearls down here, so I tried to make them white. And I'm not sure what these are supposed to be, so, and I was thinking about maybe this needed be, because this is a hill and the tree's coming down. Should I make it sand and then paint it, or what? So I decided it's underwater, I think I'm just gonna make it the water. But I think it turned out nice. I think the main thing is just keep picking different greens for Johanna's books. Oh, my here's my little snail down here. I thought these are the cutest little fish. I thought they turned out pretty. Just using as many colors as you can per item really makes a difference. Let's see if I did any more. I don't think I did yet. Nope. Okay. So let's try one more book. Enchanted Forest. Well, this is a book that I went to order online, and I found it half the price, including shipping. It is an older book because it does have the cover, and I don't know if she says when that's 2015, so I don't know. But anyway, the only thing that was wrong, it had one page colored in it, and there was this little thing here, but there was no pages. So that's a good idea to look for things that might be on sale. So we're working on this, and this we're going to do this afternoon. I'm going to finish this tutorial. I'm painting the nut, his eye, his nose, and this little thing here. So I thought I just see when you do both pages in the same color, I just love it. I think it's so pretty. Let's see what else we've done. I know this is just a spare of the moment. I was just gonna, if as long as I don't go over my hour, I'm trying to keep these at an hour. Because I get tired and I lose my concentration. So I was going to show you how I'm going to use this stencil. I have a couple of them out. I don't know if you can see, but how I'm going to use this stencil. And this is the one I think I've decided to use. This in the four corners of these, and just use the distress ink. So I could use this one and do it, but I think it would be too much. I think. So I'm going to start with the corners, the four corners, do them, and show you how that looks. And then if you want to add a little more, you can. So I choose this for something else. And I will be doing this bunny on very soon. So we're also going to put this four corners. You can use like this too across the top and across the bottom. I mean, there's so many. And if you don't have something, you can get those mats from cutting mats from the dollar store, and maybe use your X-Acto knife and make you some. They are very expensive, and the dollar store does have some where you could move them around. So we got more animals in here. And I think I showed you in one of them. This one I was practicing making the bubbles. The only thing that was in here was the dragonfly, and I love dragonflies. I just think they're so cool. I don't know why, but every summer at some point, my backyard is full of dragonflies. And you look outside, and there are just jillions of them. But I did do this one. I probably did this one in Castle Art. These are my markers. And you just make a circle. You make one side dark, the other side dark. You just be very careful. Leave the center clear. Put a shadow underneath. Then put your little white highlights. and leave whatever colors behind it through, and we'll do some of those. So this page I did with the markers, with the metallic markers. I have 2 sets of them, but I just didn't want to color it in. I just wanted it to be something more quick, but I wanted to bring the colors together. Since I used it here, I put it over here. I'm not that great with markers, but I think it turned out good. I put some glitter on it, and you can see, look, those markers don't come through. Certain markers are going to come right through the paper, so always check your markers and see whether they're going to bleed through. So whatever's on the back side of your picture, if you don't want it messed up, you're going to make sure that you don't want to use markers on that page, or watercolors for that fact. Okay, this one I picked some blues and a blue-green, and I did them all in that color. I thought it turned out really really nice. I liked it. And then I took a little stencil. I think I got it at the dollar store. I'm not sure, but I think so. And I just found the same color, kind of blue, close. I also have a circle. I cut out a piece of paper in a circle. It's not perfect, but it's close. And then I just took my little dauber, dipped this like this, and then just hit it like that, and it left these little marks. And I did the same thing on this other page. I did the circle, and I did this. It's lettering. I don't know if it's French. I don't know what it is, but I wish I wouldn't have done it, but it's okay. So I added some more dots. I put the circle around it, and I think when you open up the page, it's pretty. And you can tell by my coloring it's getting better, because I am filling things in better. I'm taking my time more. This one I'm working on. I really had fun doing this little tree house. And some of these you think, I'll never color that. But it was just so much fun. So because of my trees, there's all these trees, I put the colors down that I used in this tree house, so I can use the same wood colors going across. And I'll just do one at a time. And I think I'll make a tutorial doing 1 or 2 of these little tree houses. See how they turn out. So when you start getting into it, at first when you look at it, you're thinking, I don't know. But I think, your book just grows on you. And there's a few things. I don't like dragons and stuff, especially if they got big teeth and stuff. So I'm probably crazy for some people, but not for me. Anyway, I took some of those out. And I just left the things I liked. And there was one page that I actually taped together. But I thought this one turned out really pretty. And with the stencils, I had this in my stash. And I have a little stamp. So I just stamped a few of those. And again, just with a robin's egg, I think it is. Which I guess was appropriate, huh? I thought that turned out pretty. So I'll do this page in these same colors. There's a page that I put together. I don't like these guys. I don't like them at all. I know. I don't like anything ugly, and to me they're just scary. And there's enough scary stuff in the world. So I wanted to keep him, so at some point I'll just glue it. So that's these books that I've done so far in these ones, and I hope you enjoyed it. And this afternoon I'll be doing the squirrel and the stenciling. So for now, thank you for watching. I'm going to go take my nap. If anybody hasn't told you today that they love you, I'm telling you now, I love you. Thank you for watching. I hope you have a good day. Goodbye.